home of the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brewers, and famous art museum. From Cinema Studios, this is the ABC Adinkra Show. I'm Nina. Your host is Maxereno Bennett.
Hello, welcome. I got a couple of news clips to show you real quick. I'm excited about. NBC just reported that meat will give you cancer. Now I got to show you these clips. You probably saw the news, but they said it probably give you cancer. they moving slowly to get this corrected, but there ain't no probably in that. It will cause you cancer. See, when that meat, but you got the processes, you got the sugars, and we all know about them. Will you stop? That is the question. I would get rid of all of it. Moderation is better than anything. And they've improved since I started. I mean, some of the veggie patties and things, they take the place of the meat. You know, you pretend like you're eating meat, but when you get ready to go off of it, even if you stop eating meat, what they did not tell you, that will help the next generation, my grandchildren, live longer. But it won't help those that have been eating meats and processed foods for a very long time. And it won't really help those too much that brought all of it through the when they were born, when they were in their mother being nourished. See, but it will help the next generation live longer. Now you, that's older, let's say 50 and older, 40s, 30s, to tell you the truth. Just because you heard the news that from the news people, plus you heard it from me and whoever else you heard it from. And so now if you've heard it, if you did change and stop eating meat, you got to detox still if you want to live longer. That'll help you prevent any more diseases, perhaps, maybe. The younger people, such as my grandchildren and them, God, pay attention. See, when you're born into this world, you believe everything that you see around you that you've told. And you believe it to be gospel. My mom, my dad, all the friends and everybody surrounding me can't be wrong. They're all wrong. So therefore, you think got to be all right because so many of them, the multitudes, if you will. See, so when you come in here, you look and say, oh, I mean, let's get real. If you living over there in Iraq someplace and you born, you condemn anybody over your religion because that is all you know. Flip that coin. You the same. This is all you know, and you can't imagine nothing else because that's the way it was when you was born. It's called programming. You have to be a genius to come out of that. or awakened. Let's get to the clips. I'm excited about them. Wait a minute. Before we go to the clips, I didn't finish what I was trying to say there. See, the young, my grandchildren, the young people. See, they just come to the world. Everything they see around them, they can believe is the truth, whether it's the truth or not. Because how could the parents be wrong? And that's about everything. But in this case, let's say it's about just the meat. Let's not get way out there. But it's just the meat. If this wasn't exposed, so that you may wake up your children, they would think it's natural because they're born into this. They would die believing that you're supposed to eat meat and die at 60s and 70s. No, you're not. So we can help them not believe that what they're born in is the way it is, because that's not the way it is. When we were born, in terms of my generation, I could see the change that and it went to the worst. These children are going to think it's natural to have these storms and keep living the way that caused them storms if we don't correct everything that we're doing. And this meat, once you get away from the meat, because see, that's the original sin I'm talking about. And once you get away from that and it starts unclogging the brains and your thinking, you'll get back to some serious holy thinking. And then you'll be able to solve these issues. You cannot solve one single issue with death part of your life. Everything you do is about death. Every sign, every street you name is about death. You are surrounded by death. And that's because you start eating and killing. And when you eat something that you kill, what do you think that? Well, I didn't mean to go that far.
Hot dogs, bacon, sausage, and cold cuts. The World Health Organization putting them in the same risk category as smoking and asbestos.
Well, see, God's plan, this universal God. Did you know the word Catholics, that it means universal? But anyway, there's the universal God. That's the one I know. I'm not too much into debating religious stuff. I'm more of a godly person than a religious one. But, you know, see, God loved us so much that He cooked the food for you. All you have to do is pick it off the tree. It's sweet and gentle as it is. And eat it. It's cooked for you. That's how much He loved you. Then you went off and did all that other stuff. And if I was part of that back then, I'm through doing that stuff now. I know the errors of my ways. Of course, America, you made me. Anything I'm doing, I'm talking about you made me. I thank you. I thank you for your libraries and your education. So, I still think some type of matrix of, but this is how I play along. Now to those clips.
They have the sizzle so many people love. Bacon, sausage, the all-American hot dog. Today, part of the processed meats labeled cancer causers by an agency of the World Health Organization. The same group said red meat, beef, lamb, and pork are probably carcinogens. The risk? Colorectal cancer, underscoring what the American Cancer Society says it's been recommending for more than a decade.
Okay, see, the people of paradise, once the satanic force came and conquered and forced them to eat meat or however way that came about, the people of paradise flee, like all people flee. And when they flee out of Africa over across into Greece, sort of like the people or those refugees are actually doing at this moment in time. They took their fruit trees with them, so you had to study history to follow all that. They left a lot of stuff out of the Bible. My favorite, one of my medallions here, it carries the Enoch prayer on it. It's written in Enoch. Enoch was in the Bible. They took him out. They took astrology out. Did you know that? So Enoch, but hey, that's something. Did you know Enoch was some kin to Noah? I think he was the grandfather. So they decided to keep Noah, but they moved out to grandfather. Hello. Okay. The Pelasgians, I'll spell that. Pelasgians. The Pelasgians and the people who came after them in Greece ate fruit of the virgin forest and blackberries from the fields. The ancient Greeks, before the time of Lycurgus, Lycurgus, ate nothing but fruit. Onomacritus, spelled Onomacritus, of Athens, a contemporary of Pisistratus, said, in the days before Lycurgus, each generation reached the age of 200. The heroic spirit and their strong arms to destroy their foe were formed of shiny red apples. That's so cute. From the forest. Apples were their favorite foods, and the speed of their feet never lessened. They raced against stags and won. They lived for hundreds of years in the world of Cronus. But their stature never diminished, and they grew old. Even by thumb's breadth, the dark luster of their hair was never even tainted by a single gray strand. When you get into the vegetables and fruits, you will heal as long as you do the right things. Wheatgrass is most popular for this. You can get it at the outpost. Woodman's. So when you heal, you rejuvenate. Your hair, my hair is coming back. Your hair may come back. The gray may go away. And so the bottom line is the children will reap the most benefits. Let's just go to some clips. Enjoy that.
Skyrocketing price of prescription drugs making big headlines recently. Much of the focus on a company that raised the price of a life-saving drug 5,000% overnight. Now we report on another drug, one of many that patients are paying astronomical prices for. We wanted to look at why are drug companies charging so much, forcing some patients to make a painful decision, your money or your life. NBC's Ann Thompson reports.
This is the image Kaylin Ellsbury wants the world to see. But her cystic fibrosis needs week-long hospital stays to clear the 27-year-old's lungs. Now a new drug called Orkambi offers hope and sticker shock.
I think they put a price on my life.
Did you hear what that woman just said in that last clip? Money or her life. Listen, now that you know about the meats, They're not fully. The power is still trying to feed it to you, and you may stay with it. But let me tell you about that woman. She's correct. Then people don't care about you. Anybody charge you that much for a pill? That's their signature.
Scientific evidence just simply doesn't support a causal link between any type of red or processed meat and any type of cancer.
Well, I'm about to bring this program to a close. I hope that you enjoyed it.
First of all, give me your simple definition of music.
That last clip, this one, with the woman, she was from the beef organization. I looked at her face as she was talking about meat has nothing to do with cancer. And then I looked and seen her title. It made sense for her to say that. I also know that is how you can detect in the matrix a satanic signature. In physics, we have other terms for it. Did you know that all physics and all sciences, they weren't in books in the libraries first? See? All the schools had to get that information from the invisible. Well, anyway.